Dear staff member of ECOWAS institution, on the auspicious occasion of the 45th anniversary of the founding of ECOWAS, which falls today, 28 May 2020, I am pleased to extend my sincere salutation to the builder of our community. Thanks to their vision and dedicated effort, our region can today pride itself on having achieved a free movement space spanning over 15 countries, an integrated economic market, and harmonized policy formulation in all spheres. Our theme for this 45th anniversary is 45 years of solidarity at the service of the people of West Africa, supplemented by a first sub-theme, which is about promoting socio-economic and human development together through regional integration, and a second one on combating COVID-19 together in West Africa. It goes without saying that they resonate with this multidimensional vision of our founding father. ECOWAS member states have shown resilience over the past 45 years. Together, they have gone through many challenges: political, economic, security, social, and health, such as the Ebola crisis. Always, the member states have endeavored to show promising prospects of growth, and all have been working hard to achieve social development at all levels. Sadly, these efforts were compromised as the region was plagued with the security shock in the central Sahel area and northeastern Nigeria. In the past year, the community convened an extraordinary summit to deal with terrorism in our region, which led to the preparation of a regional action plan adopted in December 2019 by the head of state and government of ECOWAS. While joining efforts have been deployed to fight terrorism and assist the refugees and internally displaced people, our region is now facing a second shock stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic and unfolding in its health, economic, social, and humanitarian impact. To date, all our ECOWAS member countries are affected by the pandemic, and the West African region had, as of 26 May 2020, more than 30,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and regrettably 655 deaths. On behalf of all community institutions, we commiserate with the bereaved families and express our deepest condolences for their losses. We further wish all those who are sick as a result of the pandemic a speedy recovery. As early as late February 2020, when the region was first affected by its first case of COVID-19 patient, most member states took stringent measures to contain the spread of the disease and to provide adequate health care to the needy. The ECOWAS Institute Commission, working in very close cooperation with the West African Health Organization, WAHO, has from the very inception been very active in buttressing the effort of the ECOWAS member state by providing essential medical supply and equipment, as well as capacity building, thus promoting a sense of solidarity among all at this crucial time. The pandemic, in spite of the very strong measures taken by the member state to deal with the spread of the virus, has led to a sharp decline in economic activity, fall in financial resources, concomitantly with an increase in expenditure as well as social and humanitarian crisis. To mitigate this impact, member states have taken important measures. For their part, the ECOWAS head of state and government once again demonstrated a very high degree of solidarity when meeting in a virtual extraordinary summit in April 2020 in order to make recommendations for collective action to halt the escalation of the pandemic. While recognizing the deleterious impact of the disease on the process of regional integration, socio-economic development in general, the ECOWAS head of state and government expressed the determination to do everything possible to protect their citizens from the disease and combine their effort to find a lasting solution to the health crisis, especially through endogenous medical research. They further seized the opportunity of their meeting to join hands with the larger African continent to mobilize international support for debt relief. This should free resources for putting in place protective and palliative measures, taking into account the severity of the impact on the most vulnerable of the citizenry, especially those in the formal sector and rural areas, especially women and youth. They also decided to support the establishment of the Anti-COVID Solidarity Fund set up by the African Union. We believe that the stringent efforts which are being undertaken jointly by ECOWAS and its member states in the social, humanitarian, and economic field will finally yield lasting results in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. We must emphasize our warm gratitude as well as the strong and concrete support that we have witnessed on the part of the private sector as well as the civil society in our member state. It surely reaffirms the old adage that charity begins at home and encourage our external partner to make the general gesture which the head of state singled out for thanks. Mention must also be made of our continental partners, such as the African Union and the African Development Bank, which are instrumental in providing the African response to the crisis. Our thanks also go to our international partners, including the United Nations, the Bretton Woods Institution, the European Union, the G20, and bilateral donors, which provided timely support. In the past 45 years, our community, which we serve as a commission and other institutions, has recorded many successes in all the domains, in spite of the enormity of the challenges that we have at times encountered. It is important that we take pride and build on this achievement to consolidate them and move forward together. In this regard, we recall our effort in building on the progress we have made in the political field, particularly in the area of democratization. Thus, in the past year, we lent technical and financial support to the preparation and conduct of presidential elections in Guinea-Bissau and Togo, and legislative election accompanied by voting for a referendum in Guinea. As we face 5 presidential elections in the next 7 months, we have observed the difficulties that member states could face as they contend with the constraint and risk imposed by the novel coronavirus 2019 in the organization of elections. On the economic front, we continue to build upon the core element of our integration project, including freedom of movement of goods and people and the right of establishment. Every possible effort will be made to achieve the operationalization of the African Continental Free Trade, originally scheduled for July 1st, 2020, as it should provide us with the opportunity to build and consolidate new regional and continental supply chain and other opportunities in the face of difficulties that are being witnessed at the global level. While we look back at our achievement, not only in the past year, but in the past 4 decades, we must equally look at the future to see the promise it holds. It is true to say that we alone can make our future in spite of our challenges. Indeed, it will be appropriate to recall another adage which says that out of every challenge comes an opportunity. In this regard, I want to encourage all in the community to adopt an optimistic view as to where we are going as a region. We have already started looking at the formulation of a post-COVID-19 recovery program which will draw on all our field of endeavor. I remain optimistic despite the current challenges. And I hope that through the rest of the year 2020, our 45th anniversary will prove to be a memorable one. For it is also the year in which we will demonstrate resilience and resourcefulness as a people, a region, a community. And we must demonstrate leadership and faith in our ability to overcome the odds together and to build a brighter future for the people of the Ecowas region. I also want to congratulate all staff of the community institution. By sheer dint of hard work and conscientious devotion to duty, you have collectively moved us further up the road to realizing the fundamental vision of our founding fathers for accelerated economic and social development through a process of integration buttressed by conditions of political stability as well as peace and security, thus enabling its citizens to enjoy a shared and prosperous future. We look forward for celebrating future anniversary as a community when we shall look back and recognize progress made through our faith, courage, and perseverance, which have enabled us to stay the course and find the needed solution to our formidable challenges. Long live the people of the Economic Community of West African States. Long live ECOWAS. Happy birthday. Shall thank you.